What's going on, guys? Today we're checking out the Turtle Beach Stealth Pro 2, a very highly anticipated sequel to the original Turtle Beach Stealth Pro that I never checked out, but a lot of people really like because it was particularly great for FPS games and it also had a lot of really great features. And when I saw this Stealth Pro 2, it looked like it was right up my alley. Like, it looked like it had everything I wanted in a gaming headset. It had noise canceling, an ambient mode, 60mm driver, simultaneous Bluetooth, 2 transmitter dongles, a swappable battery, and a really good build quality, which the headband is kind of reminiscent of the AirPods Max, and it just looked incredible. It looked like the headset that I've kind of been waiting for, because I've checked out a lot of headsets, I've checked out a lot of headphones, and I still haven't found the perfect one, and I don't think there is a perfect one, but this one looked to check all the boxes, and it was coming in at $350, which isn't that bad of a price point given everything you get with this headset. As a too long didn't watch, I love the sound quality of this headset. I think it's fantastic. The ANC is decent. The ambient mode is pretty good. I love the fact that you can swap the batteries. I love the fact that you have multiple connection types, and the build quality overall is really stellar. If you can feel it, there is a but coming, and the but is the comfort. And I guess I'll just kind of kickstart the review with comfort since we're already on that topic. My biggest issue with this headphone is the weight. And it's not like approaching Odyssey Maxwell type of weight in terms of pounds. I think it's under 400 grams. And I recently checked out the JBL Quantum 950, which is actually, I think, slightly heavier than this one, but the headband is causing the issues, I think, because the JBL Quantum 950 had like a thin piece of fabric on the headband strap. It just distributed the weight very well. And this headset just does not distribute the weight well on my head. I don't know how else to put it, but it just does not work for me. A lot of people have mentioned that they get like a pressure on top of the head because of this headband. And it's true, like you wouldn't think it does because you're not even touching this top part. But for some reason, all of the weight is kind of concentrated on top here at this part at the top of your head. And it really digs in and it causes discomfort like just 20 to 30 minutes into a gaming session. And that's not the only issue I have with the comfort. Like I said, the weight is just not distributed well. It's just heavy. I don't know how else to put it. Like, I can move my head a little bit to one side or the other side and I can feel the headset kind of just falling. I also find the clamp force to be a little bit too strong. It's not like a death clamp, and I think older Turtle Beach products were actually a lot worse in this regard, but the clamp force is not ideal in my opinion. Thankfully, the ear pads are actually pretty good. I don't love this material. I find it like a little bit scratchy. I thought it was gonna be a little bit softer. It feels a little bit more scratchy than the SteelSeries Nova lineup, and it's not bad, but I also have a little bit of an issue. This right pad is like slightly deformed. I don't know if you guys can pick that up, but it's not as good for glasses as I thought it would be. Other Turtle Beach products have been really good for glasses, but I'm getting a lot of squeaking with these, and the clamp force just isn't ideal in my opinion. And I don't know, the comfort just doesn't work for me. If it does work for you, that's awesome, and I think you're gonna love these because everything else about this headset is awesome. Like, the build quality is truly stellar. You have this sliding mechanism here with this metal yoke that feels really premium. You have like a silicone material here on the headband. The mesh, even though this doesn't work comfort-wise, it's a very nice material. I don't know how long it's gonna last because people have had problems with this type of design in the past in terms of durability, but it feels good. Like, it's a good feeling mesh. This part here is like a brushed metal, looks like, and it comes off with magnets, and then you can take out the battery and it snaps back in. The buttons are pretty clicky, doesn't feel cheap necessarily. What definitely doesn't feel cheap is these scroll wheels. The volume for the Bluetooth here, the volume for the USB connection, and then a side tone notch here. And all of these feel super premium. There's a good bit of resistance on each of them. And I have no qualms about the build quality really. There are a couple of, I guess, minor nitpicks. Like I mentioned, the pad on the right seems a little bit deformed. And then I have like a little bit of paint kind of coming off here already. I don't know if it came like this. I can't really remember if that was there from the beginning, but I have that there, and I kind of have it a little bit here on top of the volume wheel. So some minor nitpicks, but overall the build quality is fantastic. The comfort just does not work for me, but I'm very particular with comfort, and I don't necessarily like heavy headsets or headphones. So take that with a grain of salt. Like I mentioned before, the ANC is pretty good. It's not class leading, I wouldn't say. I think there are a couple headsets that kind of do it a little bit better. The Alienware Pro Wireless, I think, has slightly better ANC. I would say this one's probably on par with the Razer Black Shark V3 Pro, although it might be a little bit ahead of that one. It blocks out a good amount of noise, and I think if you want to take these on the go, which you can because they look like pretty casual, normal wireless Bluetooth headphones. And I think they will fare pretty well on like an airplane or at a coffee shop or something like that. It's not gonna be like a life-changing AirPods type of experience, but it'll definitely get the job done in certain situations. The transparency mode is really good. It feels natural. There is like a little bit of an artificial background noise, like filtering in, but it's not too noticeable, and I really like it. I really like the transparency mode on this. It doesn't quite feel like an open back, but it's one of the better transparency modes I've heard on a wireless gaming headset that has that feature. I would say it's probably on par with the Sony InZone H9 II, although the Sony's might be just made to slightly edge it, but it's definitely better than the Razer Black Shark V3 Pro and some others that I've tested. So I mentioned the connections. You get this transmitter that's connected by USB-C to USB-A cable. I guess you can use a USB-C to see if you have one as well. And once you plug it into your PC or console, it'll charge the battery. You can get rid of it like this. Then you can come to your headset here, pop that off with the magnet, remove the battery, place it back in, and then place the battery in the headset. So super cool. We've seen this design before with the SteelSeries Nova, the original Stealth Pro, the JBL Quantum 950 that just came out. So it's not a new feature, but it's definitely a nice one. And I think they bumped up the battery life on each one. I believe each one has like 40 hours of battery. And then you also get this additional USB transmitter, which I really appreciate them giving you too, because you can just plug this into your PC or whatever you're using on your desktop, and then plug this into the back of your PlayStation, for instance, or even the Nintendo Switch 2. And with this crossplay button, you can just switch between the USB inputs. Plus you're getting simultaneous Bluetooth at the same time as your USB wireless connection. So you have as many features as you could possibly want. I'm not sure what else you would need that this one doesn't have. So definitely covered on the feature side. Getting into sound quality, that's another highlight. It's a highlight of this headset, a true highlight, because they sound freaking amazing. They really do. Like, I have not heard a wireless gaming headset that has the level of detail that this one does. Like, I'm hearing small little minute contrasty details, not only in gaming, like just listening to music, I'm hearing stuff that I'm not getting from even like a wired pair of open back headphones. And it's stunning. I think the 60mm drivers that they're using is just doing something special, and I think they tuned it particularly well. Obviously you're gonna get elevated bass, but it's not overwhelming. I was kind of surprised because I saw the frequency response charts and I was expecting like thunderous, boomy bass, but that's really not what this is. Like, it's definitely an immersive type of bass, but it's clean. Like, it's clean, it's detailed, and it's not overwhelming in any way. Then you get to the treble, and it's a little bit sharp. It can be a little too brilliant. So what I did is bring down the 8K frequency just a little bit. I think like 1 or 2 decibels in the Swarm 2 software on the mobile app. And that kind of did everything I needed it to do. I still feel like vocals, for music at least, vocals are a little bit too pushed back. Also in dialogue in games, I feel like vocals are just a little bit too behind everything going on. So I recommend doing a little bit of EQ to kind of push the vocals a little bit more forward, especially if you're going to be listening to music with these. For gaming, it's just a fantastic experience. Really, like, I have nothing to complain about in terms of the sound quality. I've been playing Soros on the PS5 Pro with these, and my goodness, they are so immersive. Every little detail. I mean, that game has such a layering with all of the details that are going on within a specific fight. Plus you have the music in the background, and these handled it perfectly. Like, I really didn't have to do any other EQ other than bringing down that 8K hertz peak. And once I did that, these were incredible. Like, truly a rewarding, immersive gaming experience. I think they're incredible for single player story games. They're really good for FPS games because the imaging is good, and it stages pretty wide for a closed back headset. I actually found that pretty impressive. Plus, with the detail retrieval that you get with this headset, it's awesome. Everything works on this. FPS games, single player immersive games, music listening, especially genres that have like a good amount of bass, like rap, hip hop, rock as well. Just sounds super good on these. Very clean, but you're getting a lot of bass, so it's really fun and exciting. Plus you have a little bit of sparkle in the treble. I just wish vocals were a little bit more pushed forward, but with a little bit of EQ you can get there, and these will work for literally anything. You also get this nice little hard carry case. I don't love it because, as you can see, like, it is massive and it doesn't really fit in a backpack, but you have everything you would need in here. Plus you have like this styrofoam that kind of keeps everything in place. You can put the USB-C transmitter here. You can put the USB transmitter here, and the headphones just go in. And here you have the microphone, nice little color coded on the end there. And it plugs in with a micro USB, which I haven't seen one of those in a while. But anyway, that plugs in like that. Then you can bring it down, and it looks good. Does it sound good? You let me know. I'll put in the mic test right now, and you can let me know what you think of the mic on the Turtle Beach Stealth Pro 2. This is a mic test of the Turtle Beach Stealth Pro 2 wireless gaming headset. I don't know what to say in these mic tests, but let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it passable? Let me know. So kind of wrapping up here, as you can tell, like, I'm excited about these because they sound incredible. They have all the features I want. They have a transparency mode. They have ANC. They have 2 different transmitters where you can cross-play between them. They have simultaneous Bluetooth, really good build quality, but I just cannot get past the comfort. They just do not work for me. I wish they did. I understand they can't like bring the weight down that much because you have the swappable battery system, and they're using a lot of premium materials like the metal here. And in the hand, like, it's not super weighty. You can feel the weight, but it's not like super weighty. But these just did not work for my specific head shape, and I guess my neck, because my neck was feeling it more than anything. But yeah, I feel like the weight is not distributed well enough for me. And I wish they would have gone maybe with a different headband strap design, something like SteelSeries does or the new JBL Quantum lineup. I think that would have helped evenly disperse the weight more than this does. Even though this feels good, it's just causing too many problems in my opinion. But I definitely think these are worth checking out because comfort is so subjective and they might work for you. I think it's been like kind of 50-50 on whether these are comfortable or not for a lot of people, at least from what I've read online, on Reddit, on some of the reviews I've seen. So definitely check them out. They do cost $350, which is a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, especially with how much tech is costing nowadays, I don't think it's that bad of a price point. The sound quality is incredible, so many features. And yeah, I recommend trying them out, see if the comfort works for you. And if it does, I think you have one of the best options on the market. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know in the comments below if you check this out. What do you think about it? And do you think it's worth that $350 price tag?